Man, so let me be honest. I'm actually looking forward to the co-main event a little bit more than I'm looking forward to the main event of Adesanya versus Imavov. And that Sharaputdin Magomedov versus Michael Venom Page, MVP. He is making his middleweight debut. Obviously, now I want to know how he adjusts to middleweight. Or is Shara on the smaller side of being a middleweight too? Because obviously MVP has been at welterweight in his Bellator days. And I'm thinking that obviously if you were to ask me off the drop of my hat without any doubt, I feel like MVP could definitely win this with his range management. But I have noticed one blind spot that did cost him a fight in Bellator, and it was the one where he got knocked out. As he's rushing in, guy goes to kick his leg, he goes under and gets the show closed now. Now, do I see Sharaputdin picking something similar? Now, are Sharaputdin's leg kicks as good as that dude's? We'll have to wait and see. How good is Shara? I don't know if he's good enough to beat MVP yet. I'm going to be real. Right now, if you were to ask me, Michael Venom Page is probably going to win this one, but we could always have what I would consider an upset. So Shara, though, obviously I didn't have too high of expectations for him. I remember his last fight I was talking about how if he's going to want me to have high hopes from him, he's really got to step it up. And then he hits that double spinning back fist on that dude and shows us that he's willing to make adjustments to his game. He's willing to make adjustments to who he is and evolve fluently. And if he honestly does that and becomes more of a diverse striker than the static guy we've been seeing, I think we might actually see Sharaputdin actually defy the odds, maybe. I know a lot of people don't like Shara for a lot of reasons. That Maul incident, I get that, but we're here to see him fight. And when I see what Sharaputdin hits us with, he's actually willing to mix it up. Now, I will say, heavy in the beginning of his career, it was a very leg kick heavy thing where it's like, okay, that's where the boring style came from, but it was boring leg kicking. Now, if he throws a good enough leg hook at MVP and takes away that range, we'll see a different story. Now, do I see him able to do it? That's why I'm saying if he gets it done. If he's able to play the games like that, because we don't know how good MVP is going to be at middleweight. He might come back better. He doesn't have to cut as much weight nearly. And honestly, he looks really fast against guys like Kevin Holland who are around Sharaputdin's size, who he just put a beating on. And, that's the thing. I would always like to see Kevin Holland versus Sharaputdin. So what do I think is going to happen? I still think MVP is going to win. I know I just laid out a roadmap that Sharaputdin can do it, but I will be probably looking towards MVP winning this fight. Is it going to be by knockout? Probably not. He's probably going to want to showboat a little bit. He'll let it go to decision if he wants to, but that could also cost him too. I wouldn't be surprised if he's too busy doing this, and then Sharaputdin is a savage like he is on the streets and just hits him with something fierce and closes the show. Because you could tell anything goes with Shara. Shara, he fights like it's an actual war, like it is his life on the line. But, obviously, let's say MVP beats Shara and the most likely outcome happens. He could knock, Sharaputdin down to be able to fight Kevin Holland. And with Kevin Holland being like one fight out the door, I see Shara probably making Kevin Holland his stepping stone to spring back into action and come back better. But that's if it all goes according to where I think it's going to go. All I'm saying is I know a lot of people love to make predictions and base their stuff off of this. Me, obviously, I have an opinion of where it's going to go. I just laid it out, but you never know what's going to happen. I remember when I was talking about Masvidal versus Ben Askren way back in the day before I started actually putting my opinions about MMA on YouTube, and I told everybody, hey, man, I honestly think Askren's not going to make it through this one, and a lot of people thought that Askren was going to be able to take down Jorge Masvidal like it was nothing and grind out a decision. Look where that fight ended. So all I'm saying is no matter what your opinion is on, it could always surprise you about it. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm very intrigued by this matchup, but I'm biting my nails for MVP because if he loses this, he's pretty much going to be, 1-2 in the UFC now because he, beat Kevin Holland. He did do really well against Ian Gary, who is a top welterweight, one of the best ones out there who made Shavkat Ramonov look human, right? So seeing how he matched up against Ian, and if Ian didn't have that jiu-jitsu, it would be a really bad thing. Plus, speaking of jiu-jitsu, I know that Michael Venom Page has been working on his grappling, so he might diversify his game in that area. We'll have to wait and see. But if Michael Venom Page loses this one, he's going to be 1-2 in the UFC, and I don't want to see that happen. I think, honestly, Michael Venom Page has way too much promise to be an entertaining fighter that the UFC can benefit from ever since the absorption of Bellator. But we'll have to wait and see how this goes. I'm just looking forward to this one. Let's go. Peace out and cheers.